The baby boomers might be one of the most out of touch generations in human history. Okay, these people that were born back in the day, right? They literally had one of the longest bull runs in human history. And now that things aren't going so well, they're blaming the younger generations. They're saying that we're lazy. They're saying, oh, these guys don't know what a hard day's work is. Back when they literally could go anywhere they wanted to, right? And with the average application time to get a job back then, right? In the 60s or whatever, was 3 applications. So your grandfather had to go into 3 places and they'd get hired. And then after they get hired, they'd be able to buy a home, a car, and feed their entire family of 13 kids on one income, on your grandfather's income. Your grandmother could stay home, right? Well, he was a grocery store clerk making like $3 a day. So of course, right? We're lazy, right? We don't know what we're doing. We don't work hard. We don't appreciate. We don't save. We have all these subscriptions. We buy these $8 coffees, right? We're the problem. We are the problem. I get it. I get it. If I was a grandfather back in the day, right, and I was just, doing my thing, bagging groceries, making, enough money to do all that, and then I see, I see kids out here bagging groceries left and right. You're like, this guy should have a home too, right? These people should all have homes and cars and be able to support 13 children. What's wrong with them? They're doing exactly what I did, right? They're following exactly my footsteps. How are they complaining? They should have a great life. I had an amazing life doing that? That's how they think. That's how they think. And they believe that this is just the reality of the world that we live in because they don't interact with reality, right? They bought their home for like $20, right? And a chicken. They bought their car from the back of a newspaper for $5. And they now they don't know anything about the housing market, right? They don't know anything about the car market. They don't know anything about insurance. They don't know any of this stuff, right? They literally don't comprehend anything at all because they don't interact with any part of society. Once you get to that age of like 80, 90 years old, you literally don't do anything, right? So they have no concept of how fucked we actually are. They're completely detached from reality. And these are the same people, by the way, that now, right? So they got their home for $20, right? Or 20 bucks in a chicken. Let's not forget the chicken. And now they will not leave these houses for anything less than $2 million. They need 2 M's. They need 2 M's in order to leave these homes. So they're not satisfied with 1.9. They're not happy with 1.8. They will tell you to go fuck yourself for 1.7. They got the homes for $20, right? They will not vacate them for anything under 2.2. That's the world that they live in, right? They live in a world where they bought a home for $20 and now they will not take an offer less than 2.2 million when they're 90 years old. They're on a dialysis machine, right? They have a nurse coming in. They will die. They have 2 years left to live and they will not leave that place for under 2.2. And it's not even about like, oh, they have kids they're going to give it to. No, they don't have kids that they're going to give it to. They are literally going to die in that home and then let the city repossess it. Okay, that's the way that these people think. They tell people, oh, you don't work hard enough. These days, right? Three job applications back then, and you could afford a home. You could literally afford everything off of one income of your grandfather working as a grocery store fucking clerk. Okay, now. Right now, the average applications, like the average amount of applications that someone has to submit is like almost 2,000 or it's like 1,500 to get a job. That's not 10x, okay? That I don't know how well you know math, but 3 to 2,000, right, is like 1 fucking billion% of an increase, right? You literally have to spend months applying to shit on average. Months. So that's you're not guaranteed a job after that amount. That's just the average, right? It could take you fucking a year just to get your foot in the door with any job, right? What the actual fuck are they talking about when they say oh, these people don't work hard enough. Oh, they don't know how hard they got, they don't know how easy they got it. Back in my day, you could do XYZ. It's like, brother, it's not, your day's long gone. It's long past. Okay. It's so unbelievably far away that we're closer to like World War III than World War II, the one that your dad, your great grandfather probably fought in. Like, dude, we're not talking about the same thing, right? And you talk to these people, right? And you actually understand how delusional they are and how detached from reality they are, because they do not understand the prices of anything. Okay, they don't understand the price of anything, but they do know that their home's worth 2.2. They do know their home's worth 2.2, but they do not know the prices of anything. You ask them, oh, how much does it cost to go to an arcade? They're like, oh, you bring like 25 cents. You bring a nickel. You'll be good. Couple games. Like, dog, that's not even that, you know what I mean? That doesn't even get you to the arcade. It's fucking insane. And also, because these people don't drive anymore, they don't know what price of gas is. All right, these people are too old to be driving, so they're just like, oh, what's wrong? Why can't you just buy a car? Get a nice used car, brother. These used cars are worth unbelievable amounts of money. It's not affordable even if you buy a used car to get a car, unless it's like something from the fucking 80s, some 1988, car that's gonna break down in like a couple of days. So these people are completely detached from reality because they don't interact with it, right? That's not their fault, right? They're too old to interact with most of what society's like offers. So it's not necessarily their fault, but like, dude, I don't understand, right? Like, how is it possible that they're this detached from reality? And these are the same people, by the way. These are the same people. So these people are completely attached from reality, right? They're delusional. They don't know what the fuck's going on. These are the people that are in the government, right? For whatever reason, that's what old people do. Old people love to be in the government for some reason. They love it. So all these people that have no concept at all of what's going on in society, what reality is today, we put them all in the government for some reason. I don't know. I don't know how it happens. I personally don't know how it happens that these old people, right, that are completely fucking lost, we're like, yeah, run the country, make it great again. Like, dog, they don't even know where where their dentures are when they wake up in the morning. They have to have someone assist them with that, right? They have to have someone assist them with fucking washing themselves. Why are these the people that are running the country? I don't know. I don't understand it. These are the people, these are the same people, right, that won't leave their home for 2.2, unless it's 2.2, right? And that for whatever reason, these are the people that were like, yes, these are the virtuous, righteous people that I want, running my country. Get them in there. Get them in office. Have we all lost our fucking minds? What the fuck is going on? And yeah, I can't, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's so shocking to me how these old people have the nerve, right, to tell people what they should and shouldn't be doing when they literally don't even know they don't even know where they are, right? But they'll tell you, oh, back in my day, I got my home for $20 and a chicken. Like, you should be able to work hard and you'll get there too, buddy. It's so fucking insane.